Nothing in this world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The word is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. The slogan, "Press on," has solved and always will solve the problems of the human race.
When it comes to the NFC East,
can they win the NFC East?
can the Philadelphia Eagles, can they compete?
Do I see them winning? No.
Get them out of there. No playoffs for them.
See, I think this is where you got it wrong. Can they win the NFC East? They can win the NFC East.
We're going to have Carson Wentz coming at number 4.
But will they win the
Really?
NFC East?
Really?
No, they can't win the NFC East.
And the problem with the defense has been they've been inconsistent.
The Eagles down there in the 4th spot.
I like the Eagles.
Oh, I think the Philadelphia Eagles are a legitimate threat.
The Eagles are a serious threat in the East. Dangerous, young, and improving team.
They can play. Carson Wentz showed me signs of brilliance.
Their defense improved mightily under Doug Peterson.
Number 5.
My dark horse in the league, the Philadelphia Eagles, who
They are absolutely a serious threat in the NFC East.
Third down and 12. Wentz can't find anyone, spins away, under pressure, still on his feet. Now he fires downfield and it's caught by Nelson Aguilar for an Eagles touchdown.
That was the best play made by a quarterback all day yesterday.
Our best wishes to God and his family. Cousins hit.
And after watching this game, it reminded me how exciting Carson Wentz is. And I feel like the Eagles need to be watched out for.
But in terms of who's looked better through the first 2 weeks of the season in that division, who's looked more reliable, more competitive, that would be the Eagles.
Smith just did. Sorry. Wentz going deep for Ertz. It bounces and it's caught. Ertz on his way. He's left. Some missed tackles and Wentz. For football in this league, he gives them the lane inside. Up to flag down, pass pick.
Ogerfront. Ball is spotted. The kick is away. And the kick is... It's goal!
Fourth straight game or 100 more yards rushing, and this is why Blunt is going to outrace King. And Wentz has time and floats it for Aguilar.
The Eagles are starting to fly a little.
It's here.
Starting off on fire and still in our hearts. People who are not paying attention to the Philadelphia Eagles, if you're not an Eagles fan, you definitely pay attention to this offense.
Wentz fields it, hits his target, taken off as Aguilar.
I've got to eat crow on the Philadelphia Eagles for the time being because I did not expect them to look this good this way.
Ball has a man behind the defense. It's caught.
This is a really good Eagles team. It's the class of the NFC East, clearly. The Eagles could get to the Super Bowl this year. They're that good.
Hey, the baddest man in the NFC East right now wears number 11 for the Eagles.
Third line. How in the world did that happen?
How did he come out of that skill?
Cousins got away from Cox. Needs to get rid of it. Waited inside. Down goal.
Ain't no stopping us now.
He's facing a third down and 7.
It's a message loud and clear to the league that we are for real. We're not just a young team. We got goals, and those goals include winning the Lombardi Trophy.
The year. 2nd and 6.
This has been the best team in the NFL.
They're from behind, and they do.
The Philadelphia Eagles, I'm going to say,
Racing end zone.
they're going to the Super Bowl.
You need to step back and recognize that Carson Wentz has arrived.
Put on Wentz. They almost get him from behind.
He's just got he's the MVP for me.
Aguilar. Well, nobody wants to see this. Carson Wentz is going off to get looked at in the locker room.
Shannon,
Yes,
can your Eagles win the NFC without Wentz?
I believe they can.
Other NFC matchup, Eagles taking on the Atlanta Falcons on Saturday. Bad news, they are the first #1 seed ever to be underdog in a divisional round.
who has a better backup than Nick Foles?
Guys, the Philadelphia Eagles are the first #1 seed in history to start the playoffs as an underdog. And boy, is everybody coming in to pile on them. Atlanta Journal-Constitution, Jeff Schultz. The Falcons have the look of a team that can go to the Super Bowl. The Guardian, U.S., Les Carpenter. There is an impression the Philadelphia Eagles are going to be trampled on by the Falcons, and that perception might be right. Good Morning Football. Kyle Brandt, January 8th. The division round is great because the big dogs come out. The Patriots, the Steelers, the Vikings. I didn't even say the Eagles yesterday. Nate had to jump in and say, what about the Eagles? So what did I learn this week? I learned that the Atlanta Falcons have been blessed and given the first second-round bye in history. It's over. They're not even playing the game this week, and it's really true. Doug Peterson is expected to have a press conference today where he just says he forfeits. And Atlanta has way too much. We're not going to play. Lincoln Financial Field is going to be used for an MLS game. I believe it's the Philadelphia Union. They're having a soccer game this weekend because, you know, it's not really important to get caught up in the Eagles. You know, Atlanta likes to run the ball. They ran it 39 times last week. It's not important that the Eagles have the #1 rushing defense in all of football, the #1 red zone offense in all of football, the #1 record at home over the last 2 years. I don't think it's interesting that last year when Atlanta's offense was incredible, they came into the Link and scored 15 points and held the L. I don't know if it's important at all that the Eagles have top 5 in third down defense, takeaways, turnover differential. Is it interesting to anybody at the table that Melvin Gordon had 22 yards against him, or Carlos Hyde had 25, or Jordan Howard had 6? Is it pertinent in this weekend's matchups that wild card teams in the second round are 9 and 17? Does anybody care that Matt Ryan is 1 and 3 at Lincoln Financial Field? I certainly don't. When we get into the Eagles personnel, certainly they don't have anybody on the team that has been doubted or overlooked or had to overcome not being thinking that everyone's going to win. Nick Foles, you know, he's told on national TV that he wasn't good enough to be on a 4-12 Jeff Fisher Rams team. LeGarrette Blount, undrafted, 5 different teams. Jay Ajayi, Alshon Jeffrey, Jake Elliott waived by the Bengals in the preseason, and their coaching staff, I mean, they got nothing. I mean, Doug Peterson, certainly with no eyebrows raised when he was hired as a slam dunk hire. Now he's the coach of a 13-3 team. I did the research. Offensive coordinator Frank Reich, never been part of an unlikely win or comeback or anything, either in the pros or in college, guys. And last of all, in Philadelphia, I just wish, I pray that there was a convenient local movie storyline that they could draw upon about an underdog who no one thought was going to win in Philadelphia. And I just look at them, I look at the Eagles, and, you know, they're looking up that staircase, and the critics are up there, and they're yelling down to them. And you know what they're saying? They're saying, Eagles, have you read the papers? Do you know what everybody says? It's suicide. Look at Atlanta. You've seen them. You know how fast they are. You can't win. You can't win. That's what they're saying to the Eagles right now. And let me finish by saying this. Fletcher Cox, the heart of that defense. He came out this week. He said, look, we're underdogs. That's fine. We're a team that's been disrespected week in, week out, and we've come out and rung the bell every week. Well, Philadelphia, to quote Apollo Creed, let me put my mouth guard in. Oh, ding, ding. They are coming to the Link, and you are dogs. Go get them. You can win. Let's go. They're #1 seed. So hype right now.
The Eagles come in making history. For the first time ever, a #6 seed is favored over the #1 seed, and you've got the disrespect card being played by Philadelphia all week long.
Hey, respect is all you got in this league, man. Don't nobody respect it, but guess what? For the next 4 hours, them is locked in here. Okay. They can't go home until we're done with them. Red, shut up! We're good. Good job. Keep plugging away. We're doing good. We had a drop or 2. Otherwise, we're staying on schedule. We're doing a good job. 4th down at the 1-yard line. You know, this is a win or go home situation. Go, LG. You've got to take some chances. Yeah, O-line.
Cole gives it off. Blunt going outside. He's in. Touchdown.
There's a difference in playing football to tie the game and playing football to win. That's playing football to win the game.
Why you boys running? We can't be stopped. Hey, y'all feel good? We got answers everywhere. We just got to keep playing, put the ball in the end zone. Let's go! Let's go, Eagles! Snap to Ryan. Eagles bring 4 back and a pump. Now step up in the pocket. Loop toward the end zone. Caught Devontae Freeman. touchdown. Marvelous throw by Ryan, who kept his balance somehow against the Philadelphia rush.
10-6. Falcons lead with 5:41 to go here in the first half.
Every time. They all count the same. Yes, sir. Nice job. Yes, sir.
Let's go! Right there, we had to get the ball back. Oh, yeah. We're going for a touchdown right here. 6 minutes. Hey, one more stop. All right, fellas. Let's go win this game, huh?
5:57 to go in regulation. Eagles lead 15-10. Now it's up to the 70,000 here at the link to disrupt the Falcons' offense.
It'll be 4th down and 6. Snap to Ryan. Ryan, back foot throw. Caught. Jones first down.
Here we go, Eagles!
Hey, this is the season. This is it right here. Let's go. This is the season right here. Hey, how you feeling this one? Give you height on it?
All right, here it is, folks. Biggest play in ages.
Just let me go up and gather and go get it. Yep.
It is 4th and goal from the 2. The game could ride on this. Jones wide right. Ryan rolls. Ryan pumps. Ryan is throwing it up in the air. Incomplete! Incomplete! Intended for Jones. Incomplete! And it's over. And the Eagles have defeated the Atlanta Falcons 15-10. They are one win away from the Super Bowl. What a tremendous win for the Eagles.
Hey, Nick, great job, man. Way to play. Good luck the rest of the way, okay? Thank you. Go get you one. See you, bud.
You have the surprising Minnesota Vikings with their quarterback taking on the surprising Philadelphia Eagles with their quarterback. What do we like?
I'm going with the traveling team in the Minnesota Vikings this week. I like what I saw last week, and it was a big-time confidence booster for Case Keenum, the entire offense. And what we're seeing is a team with Adam Thielen, Stephon Diggs on the outside, guys who are taking advantage of the mismatches they have in one-on-one situations. And you will see some double moves this week, Philadelphia. I think there will be at least three big plays this week that the Minnesota Vikings take advantage of, and they are big plays, and they win this game based off the big play.
Man, it seems like. Let's go to the NFC title game. I'm going with the Vikings at the Eagles. And this one, I've struggled with this one. I have. But I think the Vikings may have gotten a little excited about that win. I know, Cam, not them.
Yeah. It emotionally drained them.
Emotionally drained them.
And
they're going to Philadelphia, where they still have a chip on their shoulder. They're walking around with dog masks on. Give me those Eagles at home to win that game.
Eagles, it's going to be a great game, man. These are two big-time defenses. But since this show started, TD, all I've been saying is zim, 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 zim. And he's going to come up again, and Zimmer and that defense is going to win this game in Philadelphia, and they're going to be the first team to play in the Super Bowl in their hometown.
I'm going Minnesota Vikings. I think they've just been completely steady. They've been solid throughout the whole season long, and I think they get it done. They continue to do the things that they've done all season long.
All right, Cam, thanks for joining us, man. Appreciate it.
The Eagles, amen. Because this is now bigger, guys. This is bigger than the Eagles. This is not about the team. This is about the city. Find me a winner in Philly, and I will find you someone predicting they'll be a loser. Allen Iverson was too small, would eventually get broken in the NBA. Brian Westbrook was too small, would eventually get crushed in the NFL. Bobby Clark was a diabetic. You couldn't draft him in the first round. There's red flags there. Will Smith was a bankrupt rapper getting his wages garnished and hoping his sitcom pilot worked. Kevin Hart was getting booed off the stage at Philadelphia's Laugh House, had to break his back to get a role in Soul Plane. Hall & Oates couldn't buy a hit. They bombed for 3 straight albums. They were this close to jumping on a cruise ship to sing Donkashane. It almost didn't work out. And I think, most importantly, during championship week, it is important to remember this. A long time ago, there was another young, scrappy team in Philadelphia that was an underdog on its own turf. And that team came to be known as the United States of America. And the Colonials heard the same noise. Their defenses are too strong. Their ground assault is too powerful. Let them come. Let them learn that one man defending his home is more powerful than 10 men invading it. Let the Vikings ride this wave of being the country's new sweethearts. I've heard it this week. Without the Vikings, there'd be no one for America to root for. Without the city of Philadelphia, there would be no America. Let the Vikings have Grandma Millie. She's 99 years old. The Eagles have Uncle Sam. He's 242. This city and these Eagles know the two greatest chips on the American shoulder are taxation without representation and no respect despite domination. Washington, Hamilton, Peterson, Roseman, these colors don't run. And on Sunday against that Eagles D, neither will the Vikings. Don't tread on me and don't ever disrespect the womb of democracy. Put your bets on Philadelphia, fly Eagles fly to Minnesota, and God bless America. Underappreciated.
Oh, my God. Where would you rather be tonight?
No place. No place in the world. After a 13-year wait to have an NFC championship game here, there is nothing like it.
Gives you chills.
Let it begin. Let it begin.
The disrespect will not be tolerated. All year they done told you what you couldn't do. Just know, when the stage gets bigger, we keep getting better.
It's the biggest game of your life right now. Last week, that's out the window. That's done with.
This is your time. You're here for a reason. Just do your job.
We've been great all year. That's not ending right here, baby.
I can't calm down.
Let's go! That's why we coach and play, right? Right. Games like this.
Yeah. We 4 quarters away from being a legendary team. Hey, we 4 quarters away from being up there. Being up there in the practice where they can't take that down. Yes, sir.
Who's going to Super Bowl 52? The Vikings or the hometown Eagles?
Elliott approaches the ball.
Boom! Vikings, Eagles, NFC title game is in the air.
The Vikings have lost their last 5 NFC championship appearances. Some call it a curse. If Case Keenum proved anything this season, it's that he could be the one to break the spell.
Case Keenum and the Minnesota Vikings offense will start. It's deafening at Lincoln Financial Field. Let's shut him up. Let's shut him up. On the first play, it's a handoff to Latavius Murray. And he is thrown up the middle across the 25. It's a swing left to Latavius Murray, left flat. Shakes the tackle at the 40. Gets the 45 in front of his bench.
Case Keenum's a big reason why this team is here, and we've seen his confidence grow each and every week. He has really put the city and the team on his back.
They are moving the Eagles' defense in reverse.
Vikings are going no huddle, and Pat Shermer with the tempo offense.
We played 4 minutes in the first quarter. No score, but the Vikings driving to the Eagles' 29.
It's another first down for the Vikings against a defense that has allowed 5 touchdowns in the last 6 home games and 9 points per game. Case 5-step drop, fade, Rudolph. Keenum, Rudolph, 25, and the Vikings have the early lead.
Opening up the game with how electric that crowd was and going down to scoring, it felt good. And, felt like we were right on track where we wanted to be.
3 snap. I was like, stop the ball. We're done.
That's it.
Brilliant setup by the offense. You take Latavius Murray, you set him outside. When they motion out Latavius Murray, you see the reaction by the defense and the confusion as to how they're going to get this covered up.
When the ball is snapped, they're still trying to communicate what the call is defensively, and they never really got it.
And Najee Good, number 52, is getting a start because of the injury to Donnell Ellerbe, and he has no idea what exactly he's doing in coverage, and by the time he realizes what's happening, it's too late. While they're trying to sort it out, Kyle Rudolph's going to the back pylon. He is wide open.
Eagles defense ranked 4th statistically in the NFL. They did not look it on that drive.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
We talked about this vociferous, loud Lincoln Financial crowd all week. What a brilliant way to silence it. No question about it.
Trailing 7-0, the NFC Championship game did not begin the way the underdog Eagles had envisioned.
These football games, you just have to weather the storm early in the game. There's a lot of emotion going on both sides.
Hey, let's go do us. Let's go do us. Hey, you know how it goes. Everything to calm down, now we straight.
Just got to kind of settle down. You know, once you ride that wave of emotion, it just becomes football after that.
If you need me, I'll come under, but I'm going to try to get us feeling. Yeah.
Keenum takes the snap. Here comes the rush. He's hit. And it's intercepted. It's picked off by Robinson. Robinson at the 30. Cuts back across the field. Patrick Robinson looks for a block. Now he's at the 20. He's at the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown! Patrick Robinson!
You're going to see Chris Long come off the edge, and he's able to get around Hill, and he gets Keenum's arms, and it changes the throw.
Chris Long's pressure generated the interception, but it was a block by a cornerback that converted the turnover into points.
Yeah, and watch Ronald Darby here. He's basically out of the play, but he comes back into the picture. He makes a key block on Jerick McKinnon that allows Patrick Robinson to get in the end zone.
That was a huge play in the game. Once we got that and we kind of evened the score back up, it was like, okay, that was our restart. Ready to go.
A LeGarrette Blount touchdown gave the Eagles the lead, but the Vikings still had confidence.
Same mentality we got that first drive. We got to keep it all game. Just keep let it go through us. Yeah.
Keep going forward.
Yeah.
Let's go score, man.
On a deep drop, fires right, gets wide open, caught 35. That's another Minnesota Vikings first down.
Case Keenum had the Vikings offense back in rhythm. 4 first downs put Minnesota in a position to score. Philly's defense would need to dig in to keep the charging Vikings out of the end zone.
11th play of a possession that's gone 69 yards. It's third down.
Keenum back. Hit. Football loose. Look for the football. Let's say the Eagles have it. I think the Eagles have it.
They do. for the Vikings again. It was a strip sack that was caused by Derek Barnett.
These guys coming off the edge, they cannot be stopped.
Dave Morgan is going to come across and try to seal Derek Barnett. When he's got that kind of space and you're asking a big tight end to try to come across and get a guy like Barnett off the edge, it's just not much of a match. What a great defensive play, and they needed it.
The turning point got Philly the ball back and kept Keenum from throwing a potential game-tying touchdown.
This is a 10-play drive by the Minnesota Vikings, and they end up getting no points out of this. That takes a lot out of your football team.
Case Keenum never even had a chance. Never even had a chance. What a major turning point in this game.
It was huge. Those are, big swings and points. And, at the end of the day, we didn't get really, I don't think, any turnovers last week. And we knew that turnovers were going to be a big part of this thing.
The Philadelphia Eagles are 9-0 this year when they are +2 in the take-give, and that's exactly what they are right now.
We're going to get it, V-Dot. We about to go up 21-7 right now. 21-7, and it's our game.
With just over a minute to play in the second quarter, it was still anybody's game. All eyes were focused on the Eagles' backup quarterback, and Nick Foles picked a good day to have a great game.
Nick comfortable as right now,
Nick
boy.
Looks so confident.
Foles steps up. He is looking. He is going deep.
And the underdogs are once again barking.
Jeffrey was open at the 5, and Nick Foles hit him for a 53-yard touchdown.
Throw it, boy.
What I tell you, boy? 21-7.
Alshon Jeffrey was wide open, and it was a perfectly delivered football. Foles looks very, very confident.
Everyone was just locked in. I'm going to say it again, like we lean on each other. We play for each other, and that's what's special about this team.
Normally, a quarterback holds the ball this long. You are not going to get the ball down the field. And to have the arm strength, he hits him in stride. He's open, but it's not easy to do when you're that late on the throw, and it's pretty much all arm. What a great job.
We were ready for the challenge. Our guys didn't go out there and play with fear. We wanted to play aggressive. We believe in each other. We lean on each other, and we knew we could make some big plays.
Let's go. Let's go. Hey. Keep going. Hey. Keep flying. You can run past the day hook. I'm not going up and let you go.
On the opening drive of the second half, the Eagles looked to deliver the knockout blow.
It's a flea flicker. Back to Foles. He's going deep down the far side of the field, and it is caught. Touchdown, Torrey Smith.
He's coming right back to you.
Oh, it is an amazing day.
Bro, you can't, you don't know what we're going to do ever. It's always changing, you know what I mean?
Those plays, you just don't, like grasping at straws right out of thin air. You just don't pull them out and say, oh, I think I'm going to run it this week. There's got to be a reason for running a gadget play, and felt like we'd get an opportunity to at least attempt the play. Nick did a great job of sort of stepping up and sliding right, and then what a finish, what a catch by Torrey, and it's great when they work.
No, man, that's why we here. All right, this is what we came here for. This is what we came here for. Hey, 9. Drop. 9.
I don't know if I've ever run a flea flicker. So it was my first time, so I just tried not to smile. Because, I mean, anytime you're a quarterback and you can do a little play like that, I mean, it's pretty exciting. And sometimes they go really bad. So I'm just glad it worked, and, you know, we were able to get a touchdown out of it.
Let's go be satisfied where we are right now. Let's go be satisfied.
Pulls back, he looks, he fires, and it is caught deep in the end zone by Jeffrey. Touchdown!
Wow.
His second of the game.
Philadelphia had one of their best offensive games of the year. Foles' 352 passing yards were the most by an Eagles quarterback this season, and his 141.4 passer rating was the third best all-time in a conference championship game.
During the Christmas season, there was a big billboard on the expressway that said, "In Nick we trust." And tonight we're finding out why.
Unbelievable. Hey, let's go, That's way to shut their ass up. Yes, sir. That's way to shut their ass up. What they gonna say now? What they gonna say now?
For the first time in 13 years, the Eagles are headed for the Super Bowl and a rematch with the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 52.
You don't know how happy I am for you, bro. I think I love you again. Dude, nobody deserves this more than you, man. Nobody deserves this more than you. Keep going. I love you, bro. I'll talk to you soon.
In the locker room after the on-field celebration, what was the message to the team?
We're going to the Super Bowl.
And that's all we need to know. We still have some unfinished business, obviously, but we're going to pack our bags and head to Minneapolis.
Philadelphia Eagles piled up 403 yards on the #1 ranked defense.
Wow.
It got embarrassed
It
yesterday.
did.
That the odds makers in making these Eagles 3.5-point underdogs at home was laughable to me.
Number one is in the last 8 games, Philly has 13 sacks. Saxonville was a big threat. They didn't get to Brady in the last 2 hours of that game. He's going to have loads of time.
Did you hear what I asked you?
Yeah, the mindset?
Yeah, who has a better mindset?
New England.
Not better stats. Who has a better mindset?
New England's seen the film. That's why they're relaxed. It's going to be a blowout.
Oh, they're taking it for granted.
No. They looked tense against Jacksonville. They looked tense against Atlanta and Seattle. They don't. This is going to be an ugly football game. It's going to be a rout. It's going to be over middle of the third.
Until
now. I do not have a Rocky quote today. I do not have a Revolutionary War reference. I don't have any link today to Vince Papale or Allen Iverson, the Broad Street Bullies, Hall & Oates, Joe Frazier, cheesesteaks, none of that. Enough of that nonsense. What I do have is this. This right here. This is the sheet. This is the sheet of everyone who is taking the Patriots, all right? A lot of big names on here. Boomer Esiason, Phil Simms, Matthew Berry taking the Patriots. You know what the worst part about it? This is not the sheet. These are the sheets. Look at all these sheets. I got a stack. Mike Clay, Mike Golick, Mina Kimes, Ian O'Connor, Louis Riddick, Mike Sando, Mike Freeman, Don Pompey, Jared Bell. The Madden simulation is taking the Patriots. We got a freaking giraffe that's taking the Patriots in a zoo. And this is what I say. Let them take the Eagles. Let them take the Patriots. I'm taking the Eagles. We all we got. We all we need. They're going to win this game. They're not going to win this game because they wear masks. They're not going to win this game because they have a chip on their shoulder. Not because they're hungrier. The Eagles are going to win this game because they are better. Do this for me before kickoff. Do this. You put this Eagles roster right next to this Patriots roster. You look at every single starter at every position. You tell me how many times the Patriots have a better player. 4, 5, maybe 6. That is it. The Eagles are going to win this, and it's not going to be that close. And the city is going to do some demon killing. No more images of damn sad sack Philadelphia losses. Burn them. Burn Joe Carter in 93. Burn Shaq and Kobe in 01. Burn Patrick Kane in 2010. And burn 4 straight NFC title games with no ring. Because when the Birds rip this sucker as massive underdogs against the greatest quarterback, the greatest coach in NFL history, it will not only be one of the best sports upsets I've ever seen, it will immediately become the first thing I think of when I hear Philly sports for the rest of my life is that town is a bleeping winner. New champion 30, New England 20. You start greasing those poles because these dogs are going to eat some goat, and that title is coming home. Eagles! Eagles! Yeah. I see you, KB! Eagles! Fly! 30-20. I love it!
I feel like do it. I'll be the last one standing. 2 hands in the air, I'm a champion. You'll be looking up at me when it's over. I live for the battle, I'm a soldier. Yeah, I'm a fighter like Rocky. Put your flag on your back like Ali. Yeah, I'm the greatest, I'm stronger. Bet my dues can't lose, I'ma own ya. Hey, I've been working my whole life, and now it's do or die. I am invincible, unbreakable, unstoppable, unshakable. They knock me down, I get up again. I am the champion. You're gonna go my name. You can't hurt me now. I can't feel the pain. I was made for this. Yeah, I was born to win. I am the
Born champion. The C is for the courage I possess through the drama. H is for the hurt, but it's all for the honor. A is for my attitude, working through the patience. Money comes and goes, so the M is for motivation. Gotta stay consistent, the P is to persevere. The I is for integrity, innovative career. The O is optimistic, open and never shut. And the N is necessary, cause I'm never giving up. See, they ask me how I did it, I just did it from the heart. Crushing the competition, been doing it from the start. They say that every champion is all about his principles. Carry. Champions are made of. Yeah. Champion.
Listen to your work. Enjoy it. Setting up for Pete's national anthem. Stand by. Presenting the colors this evening is a Joint Service Color Guard from the Military District of Washington. They carry our nation's flag and are flanked by the colors of each of the 5 military services, as well as drummers from the President's own United States Marine Band.
Colors. Present arms.
To honor America and perform our national anthem, please welcome 3-time Grammy winner, Pink.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light, once so bright? broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we marched were so gallantly streaming.
About 70 degrees. Philadelphia Eagles coming out of their locker room. Let's meet the Philadelphia Eagles starters.
Nick Foles, Arizona.
Jay, Boise State.
Alshon Jeffrey, South Carolina.
Nelson Aguilar, Southern Cal.
Torrey Smith, Maryland.
Zach Ertz, Stanford.
Halapulavati Vaitai, TCU. Stefan Wisniewski, Penn State.
Jason Kelsey, Cincinnati.
Brandon Brooks, Miami University.
Lane Johnson, Oklahoma.
Brandon Graham, Michigan.
Fletcher Cox, Yazoo City High School.
Timmy Jernigan, Florida State. Vinny Curry, Marshall.
Nigel Bradham, the Florida State University.
Daniel Ellerby, University of Georgia.
Michael Kendricks, Cal.
Jalen Mills, LSU.
Malcolm Jenkins, The Ohio State University.
Rodney McLeod, the University of Virginia.
Ronald Darby, Florida State.
Jake Elliott, Memphis.
Donnie Bag of Bones Jones, LSU.
Rick Lovato, Old Dominion.
Please welcome the NFC champion, Philadelphia Eagles.
Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished. When I would've asked tomorrow, y'all thought it was winning. Flexing on it, some like Popeye on the spinach. Double M, yeah, that's my team. Rose, the captain, I'm lieutenant. I'm the type of can and mean casting, grind like I'm broke. That Lambo, my she'll ride like my ghost. I'm riding around my city with my hand on my toe. And I gotta make it back home.
Is almost. So Gene Steratore is holding up play right now to make the lights are all set. There is radio communication with the sideline. There is radio communication among the 7 officials on the field. And we're about ready to go. The New England Patriots, white jerseys, navy pants, silver helmets. They'll be kicking off Super Bowl 52 from our right to our left.
Congrats, man.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
Have a great day.
Yes, sir.
Protect you all day.
Sounds good.
There's no huddle. I can't sprint out of there unless we're inside of 2, and I'll move efficient. Okay? Any questions at all, you come right to me today. All right? Have a day of your life, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Nick. I wanted to get to him before he got in his rhythms, but what's up? Great to see you, babe. Congrats.
Thank you.
You look
Congrats
great.
to you, too.
You look great. Hey, congratulations again.
Man. You too, bro.
You too.
You too.
Have another one of those games, okay?
Thanks, pal. We'll have some fun.
We'll protect all day, no huddle stuff. I'll get there. Can't sprint out, but we'll be efficient for you all day.
Yep.
Welcome to U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis and to the Bold North and Super Bowl 52 between the New England Patriots and the Philadelphia Eagles. The Pats feature the best ever. His legacy's already rich, though still unfinished. His counterpart, though a once-and-again Eagle, has been a journeyman in recent years in Nick Foles. He was the backup most of this season for Carson Wentz.
Tom Brady and the Patriots loom large in the Super Bowl. The Eagles, they relish their underdog status. Philly loves a fight.
The Philadelphia Eagles are built well, and they are built to beat the New England Patriots.
Hey, congratulations. You too. Thank you so much.
trying to find a game where you were behind. I couldn't find one.
There's plenty.
Hell of a year.
Yeah, thank you very much. You too. You too.
Yeah, it's been good.
I'll tell you what, you get through this week, man, you're like, finally, there's a game somewhere in here.
Yeah.
Don't be fooled by the folksy talk and easy smile. Doug Peterson goes for the jugular and made sure his team did too.
The Eagles are trying to end an NFL championship drought that's lasted as long, essentially, as the Patriots franchise has been in existence.
Don't make it no bigger than it is, man. That's all it takes. Y'all want to be world champs? Y'all want to be world champs? Yeah. Hey, well, guess what? All it takes is give everything you got. Everything that you got for 60 minutes. Yeah. That's all that stand between you and immortality.
Congratulations, sir. We're made for this. Enjoy it. Enjoy this day. You never really know what it's going to be like when you're going to a Super Bowl. I've never been here before, so there are normal nerves. You got butterflies. I mean, it's a big game. I mean, it doesn't get any bigger than this. So, but I felt good. I felt calm. I think the big thing that helped me was knowing that I didn't have to be Superman. 180!
If he wasn't Superman, Nick Foles was at least superb. He moved smartly and threw even better. Crisp, confident over the middle, deft daggers downfield. The Eagles' first drive yielded a field goal. Doug Peterson barely looked up. He knew what was needed.
You gotta run a ball on these boys.
Hey, you keep running all over the place, all right? You keep running all over them, baby.
They could, and they did. Thanks to number 65 All-Pro Lane Johnson and his meaty mates on the offensive line who blasted open holes. Nothing fancy, just power and will.
Let's go. Big boy ball, let's go. Keep it up, baby. 180! What's up?
And with gaping gaps came gashing runs. New England's nightmare crashing down on them in slow-mo.
All right, let's go. Here we go.
180! What's up?
He steps up. He is going deep. And it is halfway out to Jeffrey for a touchdown.
Whoa, what a great catch by Alshon Jeffrey.
Hey, Nick made a hell of a throw. I mean, I just made a hell of a catch.
Malcolm Butler, 2 straight series, not out there on the field. But they were picking on Eric Rowe.
I knew on this one, I'm like, hell no, I ain't letting this one go.
A little play action, and after that big run, they immediately go up on top. He goes up over Eric Rowe, and he takes the football away.
Far from shrinking, the Eagles were rising to meet the moment.
Let's go, baby, let's go! Let's go! Let's go! All day. Let's go, baby. Hey, what's up, Go? What's up, Go? What's up, Go? Let's go.
Keep hitting number 12. He's going to throw us one. Keep hitting it.
But we just believed in each other. People disrespected Doug all year. People disrespected Nick. They talked about bringing somebody else in. Whatever.
Disdain can be a powerful motivator. The Eagles eased their hurt by punishing the Patriots.
I trust my players, I trust the coaches, and, you know, I trust my instincts. I trust everything that I'm doing, and, you know, I want to maintain that aggressiveness with the guys.
The Super Bowl is no place for patty cake politeness.
Hey, Nick, I'm not around here.
Let's go right down and put this thing in there, all right?
Nope. Hammer down.
He comes right back to Blunt. Blunt across the 20, the 50, the 10, the 5. The train is in the end zone.
Dude, what a great run, bro. Garrett.
Unbelievable blocking, great play call. You can't execute it much better than this.
They were out-muscling, out-scheming, and outrunning the Patriots. For the Eagles, the game's first 22 minutes were just this side of perfection.
We've told everyone that we wouldn't be denied all year, and we stood strong to that.
Eagles are taking it to you from a game plan standpoint. 4 for 2. They're just out game planning you on offense.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of impressed.
No lead is safe with Tom Brady lurking. But this was like no Eagle team. They had the lead, a leader, and resolve. The only thing Philly lacked was fear.
Let's do it, all right? One play at a time.
Midway through the second quarter, everyone knew Alshon Jeffrey was causing major problems for the Patriots.
We all anticipated that Stephon Gilmore was going to be the matchup, and yet for whatever reason, they're not matching him against Jeffrey in this one.
They don't have to deal with it all game. They don't have to deal with it all game.
They can't cover us. Sure. All right, here's what we're going to do alignment-wise. You're going to go to 17 side. You go opposite, okay?
We got all 3 timeouts, 7.5 minutes.
Let's go get another touchdown. Let's get it. Let's go right down and put this thing in there, all right?
So it is 1st and 10 for the Eagles at the 43.
I'm thinking Alshon again.
Leading by 9, Doug Peterson's team had New England on the ropes. But knocking the champ to the canvas is easier said than done.
180! What's that?
He drops back, he throws it deep down the right side. He's looking for Jeffrey once again, and Gilmore is there with the ball. Knocked away and deflected to Harmon. Deron Harmon with an interception inside the 5.
2 college roommates from South Carolina going at it. Stephon Gilmore finally got his shot against Alshon Jeffrey. Good coverage, but Jeffrey really is the one that's going to flip it back to the middle of the field.
Turning point, baby. Turning point.
Gilmore does enough to occupy the other arm of Jeffrey. He's the one that bats it up in the air to Harmon.
Well, he had Gilmore holding one arm, and Jeffrey's catching the football with just his right hand because that's all he's got available.
Exactly what the Patriots needed.
I got you. I got you. We good? We good? Sorry, hey, part of the game. Yep. Go for sure.
Yeah, we don't have to play the second-guessing game, you know? Like, you're playing phenomenal.
Yeah. Let's keep playing.
That's good advice, because if you quit playing against the GOAT, you just might end up being one.
Tom loads up, he throws a long ball right for Hogan. Makes the catch and goes down. What a throw by Brady. 43 yards in all.
And I've been waiting for this one to happen because the New England Patriots knew that Jalen Mills has given up a lot of these double moves on the season. A little hesitate and go, and now the Patriots have a great long drive going.
Tom Brady, with time to throw the football, he's going to drop dimes. And Hogan runs a double move on the outside on Jalen Mills, and Jalen Mills bites on that first move.
You can't throw that deep ball with better touch.
Keep it up, boys. Keep it up. Come on. This is big. This is big.
Brady gives to White, runs up the middle, sprints to the 20, slips a hit to the 15, driving up the tackle at the 10, angling left to the end zone, touchdown, Patriots!
What I tell you to drive and go. Play your game. Give it to your guys. And what a run by Sweet Feet White. Dagger. Watch Shaq Mason here go get the linebacker. Watch Cameron Fleming with the cutoff block on Jernigan. And that is going to allow James White to get in the open field. And that guy just keeps doing it. Super Bowls, holy smokes.
That's the way to go. That's the way to go. That's the way to go. That's the way to compete every down. Great job on the ace. He's throwing everything he's got at you, and you're breaking his will. Keep it up. Keep it up.
With the Patriots' offense starting to find their rhythm, the Eagles couldn't afford to be conservative heading into halftime.
Very important that the Eagles move the football on this possession and get points.
It's 3rd down and 3.
What's that?
Looks, he floats it, he completes it. Across the 50, the 40, across the 30, across the 20, all the way down across the 10.
Foles' pass on 3rd and 3 caught the Patriots off balance. But the defending champs dug in around the goal line. 3 straight stops left a 4th and goal from the 1. And the biggest decision of Doug Peterson's young career.
The Eagles will keep the offense out there on a 4th and goal from the 1.
Are they really going to go for this?
You got to take 3.
You know, Mike, I hate to say this. I would feel better at this point taking the 3 points.
Foles running up and down the line. It's a direct snap, and it goes to Clement, who gives it off to Burton, the tight end, who then throws in the end zone. Touchdown! Foles caught the ball on a touchdown pass of a yard by the tight end. What did we just see?
If you make it, it's great. But if you don't make it, it's a big momentum swing.
Here we go. This could decide the game.
Moves to the right, it goes directly to Clement, reverses it, and the pass goes into the end zone, and it is a touchdown by Nick Foles!
Listen, a little razzle-dazzle by Doug Peterson. He's going to first give it to Corey Clement. He's going to toss it to Trey. He just throws this thing to Nick Foles for a touchdown.
They brought it out in the Super Bowl. They brought it out in the Super Bowl. I said, oh.
You saw Foles going up to the line. You know it's a direct snap.
Lane.
So then you're thinking it's keeper. He flips it, and then they sneak Foles up.
Well, you talk about being aggressive.
Quarterback going out on the route. I was pumped to go over there and talk to Doug, and we agreed on it, and I mean, we've probably been working on it for a month. We executed it perfectly. That's probably the best it's looked.
That's as aggressive as you could possibly be. You go for him on 4th down with the all-time trick play.
This play call has a chance to be remembered as one of the all-time greats.
You really want to know what we call it? Philly special.
Right before the turning point, the Eagles took a timeout, giving Foles and Peterson extra time to dial up the trick play.
You want Philly?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Hold on. Here we go. Hold on.
Here we go. Philly special. Ready? Yeah, I mean, that was something we've been working on, and Doug and I were talking. I was like, let's just run it.
Philly special, or Philly, saw running back Corey Clement line up behind Nick Foles, and tight end Trey Burton split out to the left.
Now, Trey's played quarterback, but the surprising element is Nick Foles being on the end of the pass.
How about that?
I didn't see that coming. Everything today.
Let's go, B-Dog.
Catch him and throw him.
Let's go.
We talked about that play.
As much as we finally did it. Hey, great job.
Hey, great job.
Good ball.
Good job, Maestro.
It's a really difficult play. It's an awareness play in that situation. Obviously, a little bit of trickery there.
A little acting right there. It worked. The end was a little wider than I thought, so I was like, I really need to sell like I'm not doing anything. And it worked. Trey made an amazing throw, right on the money. I just looked it in. We hit it at the right time. I sold it. I did some acting. I had a wide 9. I was like, oh. I rolled out of it.
What are you looking at?
I have no idea.
Every week we look at different plays around the league and the collegiate ranks and things that over the years that might fit what we do. We found this one that fit.
The NFL is a copycat league, and even an NFC champion coach won't hesitate to replicate something he's seen work before.
Good call, dog.
The trick play unofficially originated back in 2012 with the Clemson Tigers and Houston Texans wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins. Fast forward to 2016. On the same field as Super Bowl 52, the Bears performed the exact same play.
Barkley making changes. Here is an end-around throw. Meredith throws right side. Barkley's in.
On the NFL's biggest stage, Peterson called a play his team had never run, with a passer who'd never thrown an NFL pass to a receiver with 0 career catches.
Breathtaking. That's breathtaking. In a Super Bowl, that's a breathtaking call.
You know, in games like this against a great opponent, you got to make those tough decisions that way and keep yourself aggressive.
He told us before the game he's going to stay aggressive. We all felt like it was perfect. You know, 4th down, they're going to be real aggressive. Probably going to lose track of Nick Foles, the most dangerous receiving target we have, and it worked like a charm.
Well, people say you got to be daring to beat the Patriots on this stage, and Doug Peterson certainly showing a lot of confidence in his offense, but also his play calling.
Hey, hell of a call. Hell of a call, man. Nice job. Hell of a call.
On the biggest stage, everyone expects the greatest hits. But for a half, the Tom Brady-Rob Gronkowski duet was off-key. They got in sync to start the third.
Steps up, he throws it to the right. For Gronkowski makes the catch coming to the near side and eventually forced out of bounds.
Yeah! Come on! Let's go!
Good! Good! Feed the ball to the big boy. It's good they're getting him involved here early in the second half.
And it's 3rd and 7.
Where is Gronk?
He's got him again.
You got to ask every time, where is Gronk? Because that's more than likely where the football is going to go.
We made some plays, you know, found some spots in the defense that he could get the ball, and he really got his rhythm there in the second half.
He throws to the middle of the end zone. Touchdown, Gronkowski! And the Patriots strike first in the second half.
Adjustments. Which team will make them? Great job feeding the all-world tight end on this drive. He had 9 yards in that first half, and he was your whole offense to start this second half.
That was distressing.
You got more to do.
He could have said to the Eagles, I'm going to Gronk. Try to stop him. And the Eagles couldn't.
I can't cover you, man. Just get your leg back, get fresh. Got a hell of a drive there, bud.
Hey, that's all they're doing. Seams, seams, seams. That's their adjustment, is attacking the seams.
After catching only a single pass in the first half, Gronkowski hauled in 4 for 68 yards on the first drive of the third quarter. He was most effective when running vertical routes up the seam against safety Corey Graham.
It's a mismatch right now. Graham can't cover Rob Gronkowski one-on-one.
Second play, what they run?
Just double seam?
Yeah, they caught it on CG.
Yeah, Corey was in good shape. The guy just plucked it off his head. Hey, grab his ass. Still be trying to. You're good, Bob. You're good. You're good. Get these dudes now.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go. If we stop them, bro, they ain't stopping our offense.
I know.
Come on.
Hey, they just made some adjustments. That's all. They made that adjustment.
Outs and ups and cover 3.
Yeah.
Freaking.
They just made some adjustments. They decided they're going to get Gronk involved. Because he ain't do the first half. You had to switch everything.
We're going to have an opportunity to get the ball back one of these drives with a chance to go down there and flip the whole momentum. Yeah. We go. Hell yeah. About that time now. Let's go. Let's go.
After answering with a touchdown of their own, Philadelphia finally got a grip on Gronk. But it only opened opportunities for others.
He throws toward Amendola, makes the catch.
Brady goes over the middle and completes it up across the 45. He does it again. The Patriots taking up yardage in big chunks.
Brady takes the snap, play fakes to White. He throws it down the right side for Hogan. He's open. Touchdown, Patriots!
This is just unbelievable offensive football. This is turning into fast break basketball out here.
You got Philadelphia's defense completely lost right now.
Totally goes away. Great route.
They wasn't covering ground. I had to lean over there. I gotta get out.
Gronkowski didn't need to touch the ball to impact the second drive. On the touchdown, the Patriots lined up fullback James Devlin on the outside, next to Gronkowski, and the Eagles were late to adjust. Gronkowski once again ran a seam route, and amongst the confusion, drew the attention of 3 defenders, including safety Malcolm Jenkins. That opened the middle of the field for Chris Hogan, also running a seam route.
Yeah, I had to lean at 87. I know, so I had to lean at 87.
The defense so far has not had an answer for Tom Brady and the Patriots.
Keep swinging.
Philadelphia's playing their ass off. The run-pass thing is creating, it's spreading the defense. People are going to cover these 3. These 2, it's doing a little, it feels like what Jacksonville did in the first half. He's keeping them on guard and playing pockets of 5 here, 4 there, you know what I mean?
He can get it there.
And he's getting it there right now.
This game won't let you breathe. You can't relax a single muscle. It has been nip and tuck.
From Nick Foles' standpoint, he's going to have to be perfect because the guy on the other side, he is unstoppable tonight. They're going to have to go toe-to-toe, yard for yard, and score for score with the New England Patriots.
You can't throw any better than that. Nick Foles, my God.
Foles drops back. He throws it to Aguilar, and he's going to be dropped by Marquise Flowers, who read the play all the way. It's a play the Patriots, in fact, have run this year. And a good play to force Elliott and company for the Eagles to come out for a field goal try.
It's amazing what that field goal felt like. Felt like a huge success for the New England Patriots.
We knew what this was going to be, all right? Let's just go one play at a time. One at a time.
We have to have more physical rushes. We got to have more power rushes. Well, this guy going to have all day to throw the ball, and he going to wear our ass out.
75's not twitched up. Just keep your hands on him. They're all getting tired. None of their get-offs the same.
When Tom Brady can get a game into the fourth quarter, all those sacks, all those pressures, all those hits start to go away because the defense wears down a bit.
Okay, now you can start to wear on the backers and safeties because now you got 3 backs who can rotate now, keep all the legs fresh.
The pace just wears defenses out. It doesn't give you a chance to get set. It doesn't give you a chance to run exotic looks.
He's rolling, he's rolling, he's rolling, he's rolling, he's rolling.
Can the Eagles stop the Patriots right here? They have a 3rd and 3.
Big down.
Brady looks back, fires. He's got Amendola for a first down at the 47.
He lines up behind Gronkowski, and it's almost a pick.
Jim Schwartz has no answer for Tom Brady. He decides to bring a 5th man in the pass rush. They can't even get close to him. The ball's out of there before they even get within a yard of him.
Brady moving this offense the way he always has.
Is Brady at 500 yards yet? Can you just ring a bell when he does? I mean, 40 years old, carving him up, great play fakes. Danny Amendola doesn't have anybody within 10 yards of him.
We definitely felt like, you know, we were getting a grip, and we were moving it. We needed a couple things to go our way.
Patriots have never led, but that could change on this drive, as the Eagles' defense have had no answers.
You always have to be concerned about the big tight end, Gronkowski, in this situation, all 6'6" of him.
Ball coming to you.
Gronkowski left, reaches out, extends, makes the grab as he dives to the pylon. Touchdown, Patriots! And the Patriots have gone in front for the first time here at Super Bowl 52.
The Eagles have had virtually no pressure on Brady this entire game.
Amendola goes across the formation, that signals man coverage, and you know you have Gronkowski being able to go to the fade route in the corner of the end zone against a much smaller cornerback and Ronald Darby.
Their first lead in Super Bowl 52, 33-32.
9 minutes, 22 seconds, man. Be great for 9:22 right now. Every single snap, don't miss a play. Just be great now. Finish this game just like this.
It took the Patriots nearly 3.5 quarters to grab their first lead in Super Bowl 52. The pressure was on Nick Foles to respond.
Hey, come here. I want y'all, come here. Hey, I love you guys, first off. Yeah. Second, let's put this thing in the end zone. All right, put it in the end zone. Execute.
Facing a 3rd and 7 at the Patriots' 11, the odds of finishing the drive with a touchdown were long. All year, whenever Doug Peterson needed a score, he called on Zach Ertz.
3rd and 6. Takes it, backs up, looks, fires, complete, and into the end zone goes Zach Ertz. Touchdown!
The Pro Bowl tight end led the Eagles with 8 red zone touchdowns. In Super Bowl 52, Philadelphia needed Ertz more than ever.
Back goes Foles, fires, slant, touchdown! Zach Ertz!
The Eagles have gone back in front.
Ertz's 9th red zone touchdown of the season was the result of a great adjustment. Earlier in the game, New England shaded a safety to Ertz's side because of his scoring prowess in the red zone.
Foles, he throws a lob toward the left side looking for Ertz, incomplete.
They're down here, we're going to have to double 86.
Slant. Let's go, Ertz.
On the game-winning touchdown, the Patriots doubled Ertz again. But this time, the Eagles motioned running back Corey Clement to the right, which forced safety Deron Harmon to follow. That opened a void in the middle of the defense and left Ertz, Philadelphia's top red zone target, one-on-one with Devin McCourty.
They were kind of doubling me, kind of playing the other safety the whole game in the red zone, 3rd down.
Here we go, go.
And when we motioned the back out of there, the guy had to run with the back. Nick made a great throw.
Hold on. Ball popped out. Did that ball come out?
We are going to review the previous play.
In a season that will be remembered for overturned catches, it seemed fitting that the potential game-winning touchdown in Super Bowl 52 be decided by a replay.
You knew that the catch, no catch thing was going to rear its ugly head before this night was done.
As fate would have it, referee Gene Steratore and field judge Tom Hill had been directly involved with 2 of the most controversial catches in NFL history.
Or do you think he's turning to be a runner?
Dude, I did the Pittsburgh.
I know that.
I made that.
A few too.
Hill was on the crew that overturned the Jesse James touchdown that would have given Pittsburgh home field advantage in the playoffs.
After reviewing the play, the receiver in the end zone did not survive the ground. It's an incomplete pass.
Weren't we together on one of these at Green Bay? I think so.
Sterator and Hill were both on the crew that overturned Dez Bryant's fourth down catch in the 2014 NFC Divisional Playoffs.
After review, it has been determined that the receiver did not maintain possession of the football. As Yogi would say, deja vu all over again. All right, give me a look.
This is the biggest replay in Eagles history.
And again, all you can think back to now is the Jesse James play with Pittsburgh. Does he complete the process? What are they going to do with this one?
I think they have to overturn it.
Dez Bryant did the same thing. That's the same thing. He's not a runner yet. Is that a football move? That's not a catch. Is Dez Bryant not a catch? That's not a catch.
Was he a runner? Was he going to the ground in the process of the catch? It's always close. It's subjective.
All right, look, do you have him going to the ground, or is he a runner there? Well, it looked like to me he took 3 steps and stuck the ball out.
Here we go again with the 3 steps.
That's what it looked like to me. I'm not up there, though. You have him in control and not falling now. Catch 1, 2, 3, push off. There's a difference between pushing and propelling yourself to the ground and falling. You're deeming this a lunge forward after he is a runner with the second foot down as opposed to going to the ground.
Like he got full control. 1, 2.
That's a football move. They better get this right. I know y'all work for the NFL. That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown.
Even Jesse James thought it was a touchdown.
The longer the review goes, the worse it is for the offense.
I don't know the catch rules anymore. I'll just wait to see what he says.
After review, the receiver possesses the football, becomes a runner, breaks the plane of the goal line. The ruling is confirmed. It is a touchdown.
Touchdown! Eagles have a 5-point lead with 2:21 remaining in regulation.
Much too much time for Tom Brady in that offense.
Especially since the Eagles haven't stopped them yet.
I don't necessarily know that I've ever seen Tom Brady throw the ball better than he is throwing it tonight.
Tom does a great job of getting the ball out. We just kept the faith in our rush. I know people were probably watching at home like, where's that Philly rush? Where's that Philly rush? We couldn't get frustrated.
One drive. Let's go. One drive. Finish this thing, Brady. You're world champ. You're world champ. All right? Come on.
38-33 Philadelphia. The Pats with 1 timeout plus the 2-minute warning. Tom Brady has engineered 11 game-winning drives in the 4th quarter or overtime in the playoffs. The time versus Tom, 2 minutes, 21 seconds.
Throughout a near flawless performance, the GOAT had made goat cheese out of the Eagles' defense.
Pressured up the middle, throws it right, catch by Gronkowski. Pickup of 8, 2nd down and 2.
There was cause for concern. Tom Brady had a fistful of rings. The Eagles had none.
Their first sack, their first turnover. Graham knocked it away, and Barnett got the loose ball.
An unexpected twist makes great drama. This was a stunner. Tom Brady had not lost a fumble in a Super Bowl in a decade.
Just like the New York Giants back in the day, taking an outside pass rusher and putting him inside against the guard pays huge dividends.
The Giants famously stymied the undefeated Patriots in Super Bowl 42 with their NASCAR defensive front. that featured 3 great pass rushers. The Eagles' NASCAR front was used sparingly in Super Bowl 52. Just 3 times in the first half did Brandon Graham line up across from number 69, guard Shaq Mason. But all 3 times, he created drive-altering disruption.
Brandon Graham has been their best all season. Ordinarily, he plays outside. They have been working him more and more on the inside.
It's all about one-on-one matchups. Wherever I can get a one-on-one, I feel like I'm going to win 9 times out of 10.
We're just getting started. 9-1. Let me eat on 6-9. His eyes be wide open like.
With the game on the line, defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz went NASCAR.
Wow, what a play by Brandon Graham. He strips the ball, and it goes bounding right towards Derek Barnett.
You know, that's what they needed. Someone needed to make a play, and those guys made it. I was just holding the ball, trying to get it downfield, and those guys had a good rush.
Brady had a deep route to Chris Hogan, an intermediate route to Rob Gronkowski, and a short route to James White.
For a defense that hasn't done much all night, this is the play of the game.
They've been doing that all year. I mean, we knew they had a good rush. Obviously wasn't very happy about it. They made a good play.
Brady sits in disbelief.
They made one good play at the right time.
It has been so frustrating all night long for this Philadelphia Eagles defense, and yet with everything on the line, they finally get to Brady.
Follow, get in! Get in! Get in! Let's go! Let's go! Hold on, let's go. Hold on.
They got it back and kicked the field goal, and down 8, made a chance at the end zone.
He's hit, he stumbles, he is throwing it deep for the end zone, and it is batted around and incomplete. And the game is over. The game is over. The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions. Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you. Let the celebration begin.
There's going to be a parade on Broad Street. Hey, man, if this is a dream, don't wake me up.
What a game. We will never forget this.
Champ, JP. You're a world champ. Thank you, Doug. Right? Thank you. Hey, Lily, look. Hey, you see her? You see Till? You see Till? Look at Till.
What an evening here for Super Bowl 52. Welcome once again to NFL Game Day Prime. I am Rhett Lewis here with two guys who know what it feels like to win a Super Bowl. Charlie Casserly down on the edge, Reggie Wayne right here with me, and we're going to get you out to US Bank Stadium where Chris Rose, Deion Sanders, and LT will take over with the stars of the game here in just a little while. But I mentioned a historic night in Minneapolis tonight for a ton of reasons. Yes, it's Philly's first championship. How about the most yards from scrimmage combined from both teams in any NFL game? Not just any Super Bowl, not just any playoff game. Most points scored in any Super Bowl. I mean, this was absolutely a fantastic game here. Guys, just your first initial thoughts here, Reggie, to watching this.
One of the all-time performances by a backup, of course, but just by a starter to face the guy of the century, the guy that can't be beat. You got to beat 4 times to knock him down. He finally, to take him down like Goliath, and he made every throw, Randy, every time. He dropped in dimes all over the field, and it seemed like Doug Peterson said, well, let's just, let's go.
Keep going.
You cannot ask for more. There's no superlative that can describe, in my mind, what Nick Foles did tonight.
This win, I know you're a backup because it's Wentz's team. This does what for Nick Foles?
Changes his life.
Changes his life.
Totally changes his life. I mean, there are very few people that can stand there and say, I was a starting quarterback to win a Super Bowl.
Nick Foles outdueled Tom Brady in the biggest offensive show in the history of the Super Bowl, and he made the plays and scored the touchdown that turned the game in the last part of the fourth quarter more than anyone else that had done against the Brady era. Who's done that to the Patriots through the years? Nick Foles did it, and he did it in a way that was dramatic, and it was, you know, it's like, to me, Nick Foles is the story. I know there's stories galore, but when you have the biggest offensive output in the history of Super Bowls, and did I read it? History of the playoffs?
More yards in any game of any time.
And it's Nick Foles against Tom Brady, and he outduels him. That's it.
Underdog all 3 playoff games. Man, if that's not a classic Philadelphia story. They love that role, and they played like the chip on their shoulders was a mile high.
They leaned into this. I think Doug Peterson flipped the script. People talked about with Nick Foles, are we going to protect him? He flipped it and basically said, I'm the play caller, I'm the coach, you protect me. I'm going to open up everything, the whole playbook. I'm going to be as aggressive as I've ever been, and you take care of me. I thought that the idea of what he did in the championship game, and then he did the same thing here.
Yes.
Nick, you go win this for us. And Nick made the big plays. He constantly, the whole game. They brought 5. The pressure came. The offensive line did a superior job holding them back, and he just made play after play after. Clearly, there's a lot of help. But I think in this situation, when Tom Brady's sitting on the other side, and he's having the most prolific game in the history of the Super Bowl, and you keep answering, the seeds were sown by Doug Peterson in the championship game, flipping the script and telling Nick Foles, you go be the MVP.
All I heard about all week, or all I even talked about all week, was you can't give Belichick, McDaniels, and Patricia 2 weeks to prepare. The X factor here is that they do not lose when they have time to game plan. Doug Peterson ran circles around the greatest coach of all time last evening. Doug Peterson had the courage, and in what Frank Reich called the stones, to call a 4th and 1 handoff to Trey Burton, pass to Nick Foles for a touchdown when it all mattered. 4th and 1 from the 1 with 34 seconds left in the first half. And then a 4th and 1 in the fourth quarter goes to Zach Ertz on a shotgun play to keep the drive alive. I thought Doug Peterson, who, guys, when USA Today ranked all the coaches that were hired last year, it was McVay, it was a lot of these other guys. Doug Peterson, USA Today, all the writers voted the 7th coach hired, ranked out of 7. This year, there was a poll at another website. Let's rank the 1 to 32 coaches. Doug Peterson was ranked 32nd out of 32 coaches by that poll. Last night, Doug Peterson coached the greatest Super Bowl game of all time and out-coached not only Bill Belichick, Josh McDaniels, and Matt Patricia. Doug Peterson last night was an absolute star, and to him, hats off. You don't get a lot of credit. You just coached one of the greatest coaching performances of all time.
First they write you off, and then they write about you.
That's how it works.
thank you. I appreciate that. I made it my home. I'm committed to Philadelphia, committed to the Eagles. I get emotional the fact that, they won the Super Bowl. It's pretty exciting.
Those emotions, hey, I can relate to that.
No.
Because, you live and died. You went to a Super Bowl. You lost the Super Bowl.
That ring says NFC champs. It doesn't say world champs.
Yeah.
You can now say world champions. And I really respected the players this week because they were talking about the 39 Super Bowl team, the Super Bowl 15, our team, and how they're playing for all the guys, all the Eagles. And, love it, man. That went a long way.
Well, I think that you always wore it because you didn't get that Super Bowl, and you feel like somehow you let them down, whereas you got to the Super Bowl, and you hope that you represented your city well.
I think, the teams that lost Super Bowls easily could have won the Super Bowl, but we didn't.
Yeah.
You work just as hard, you train just as hard, you put all the time in that you have to, just as much as the teams that won the Super Bowl. But when you don't get it, you not only feel you let yourself down, your teammates, the organization, but the fans. Yeah, I genuinely felt after we lost in Super Bowl 15, I was mad at myself that we lost, but I was more upset because I think we let down a whole community. And that's why I feel so good that this team was able to accomplish that.
Well, you got that parade coming up.
I'll be there.
You get inducted into the Hall of Fame on Saturday. Your team wins the Super Bowl on Sunday. Describe this whole weekend for you.
Wow. Like, to have all this stuff happening at the same exact time, it's just one of those things. Like, I couldn't have written a book and had the ending any more special than that. To have all this excitement, all this joy for these fans that is watching this right now, and I can only imagine what they're doing right now, the joy that they're feeling right now, because I know what I'm feeling. I know. Hallelujah, glory, God, come on.
Look here, you and I stood on the practice field at NovaCare back in August, and you looked at me and you said, D-Gun, there's something special about this group of guys. And I said, come on, dog, we can say that every year. You said, no, watch what I tell you. How did you know?
You know what? There's a caring aspect to special, in my opinion. Like, the way that you care about your teammate, the way that you don't want to let your teammate down by holding one another accountable, like, that began to grow and grow and grow from last year's turbulence. And so that told me that this team had something. Didn't know what it was going to be, but that told me that we had something.
Resiliency, unselfishness, no matter who fell by the wayside, the next man up picked up the slack and kept this thing going.
And that's a belief thing. Like, every team says it, but do you really believe it? Like, the belief happened on this team. They believe that whomever went down, we hate to have you go down, my brother, but we're going to continue to go on, and we're going to find a way to win. That's what this team continued to do. And when you continue to do that with not just decent guys, not just kind of okay guys, but your potential Hall of Fame guys go down, your potential MVP quarterback goes down, and you still find a way, how can you not believe? How can you now listen to any negativity from the outside? You can't. You won't. And this team did not.
Look at the camera. What do you say to Philadelphia?
We won it. We won it. Congratulations, Philly. Number one. Number one.
I got to give it up to the Philadelphia Eagles. And that's what makes it so tough for us as Cowboy fans. It makes this a tough night for us. You guys overcame so much. And it's absolutely scary about what you did overcome and how the future is set up. You seem to be like that team you just beat, which is crazy in itself, that you can lose this guy and lose this guy and lose this guy, but still put on a plan to win the football game.
23 years! And the Eagles can get in there with a backup quarterback. A backup! We are in trouble, man. I'm serious. Y'all might not think so, but we are in a world of trouble. We got a lot of work to do, man. Because the way Philly played last night, they probably win again next year. The Eagles are a scary team, man. I mean, they are a scary bunch, a scary group. They got all their ducks in a row. They played that game. When I saw them walking out that tunnel, they had that look in their eyes like, we're going to beat Tom Brady and New England Patriots. They knew they were going to win that game. They already had it here. It's all right, we're going to win this game. We're going to beat New England.
I'm sitting there having to fucking watch the fucking Philadelphia Eagles win the fucking Super Bowl after watching my fucking team, this one, go 3-13, and we're fucking dancing in a Super Bowl commercial, having the time of our lives. Consider yourself 3-14. Now I know why the fucking season was so goddamn bad. Because we're worried about dancing.
Just let him dance.
And I know everybody's waiting for.
I ought to take all this fucking shit down. I ought to take every fucking piece of it down, baby doll. But I'm just better than that.
Pick up that gift tag, please. That's a $1,000 gift certificate to Dick's Sporting Goods for online, catalog, or in-store shopping. What now?
I'll solve the puzzle.
All right, go ahead.
Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions.
That's it. Hi. Congratulations.
The Philadelphia Eagles are your Super Bowl champions. 41-33. I said it, I saw it, and I'm still having trouble believing it. Fly, freaking Eagles fly, on the road to victory. And let me just say this right off the top. I don't want to hear anything about luck. I don't want to hear anything about questionable calls. I don't want to hear anything about anything. No straight up, no ands, ifs, or buts. That was a, quote, Philly special. They walked into the Super Bowl. They punched the Patriots in the mouth. They took a couple of haymakers themselves, and they never blinked.
Howie Roseman, a few years ago, was relinquished of all control pretty much in this organization. He was put in the side, he was put in the side of the building where I didn't see him for over a year. 2 years ago, when they made a decision, he came out of there a different man. He came out of there with a purpose and a drive to make this possible. And I saw a different Howie Roseman, an underdog, Doug Peterson. When Doug Peterson was hired, he was rated as the worst coaching hire by a lot of freaking analysts out there in the media. This past offseason, some clown named Mike Lombardi told him that he was the least qualified head coach in the NFL. You saw a driven Doug Peterson, a man who went for it on 4th and down, in the Super Bowl with the trick play. He wasn't playing just to go mediocre. He's playing for a Super Bowl. And it don't stop with him. It does not stop with him. Jason Peters was told he was too old. Didn't have it anymore. Before he got hurt, he was the best freaking tackle in the NFL. McVay was told he didn't have it. Stephen was new
Nowinski ain't good enough. Jason Kelsey's too small. Lane Johnson can't lay off the juice. Brandon Brooks has anxiety. Carson Wentz didn't go to a Division I school. Nick Foles don't got it. Roy Clement's too slow. The Garrett Blunt ain't got it anymore. Jay and John can't stay healthy. Torrey Smith can't catch. Nelson Aguilar can't catch. Zach Ertz can't block. Brett Selleck's too old. Brandon Graham was drafted too high. Vinny Curry ain't got it. Bo Allen can't fit the scheme. Michael Thomas can't fit the scheme. Nigel Bradley can't catch. Jalen Mills can't cover. Patrick Robinson can't cover. It's the whole team. This entire organization is a bunch of driven men to accomplish something. We were a bunch of underdogs. And you know what underdogs is? It's a hungry dog. And Jeff Stoutland has had this in our building for 5 years. It's a quote in the O-line room that has stood on the wall for the last 5 years. Hungry dogs run faster. And that's this team. Bottom line is, we wanted it more. All the players, all the coaches, the front office, Jeffrey Lurie, everybody wanted it more. And that's why we're up here today, and that's why we're the first team in Eagles history to hold that freaking trophy. And you know who the biggest underdog is? It's y'all, Philadelphia. For 52 years, y'all have been waiting for this. You want to talk about underdog? You want to talk about a hungry dog? For 52 years, you've been starved in this championship.
You know what's up. You know what's
Everybody wonders why we're so mean. Everybody wonders why the Philadelphia Eagles aren't the nicest fans. If I don't eat breakfast, I'm fucking pissed off. No one wanted us. No one liked this team. No analyst liked this team to win the Super Bowl, and nobody likes our fans. And you know what? I've just heard one of the best chants this past day, and it's one of my favorite, and it's new, and I hope y'all learn it, because I'm about to drop it right now. You know what I gotta say to all those people that doubted us, to all those people that counted us out, and to everybody who said that we couldn't get it done? What my man Jay and John just said, fuck you!
Finally got one right. Touchdown!
You guys have to come up with one stop to change history. One stop to erase 52 years of misery. One stop. Do you have it in you? You got Eagles that have been playing since 1960 watching you. Never won nothing. You can erase it all. One stop. Get him! Get him!
That was a fumble, I think.
Oh, we got it.
How about that, Marsha Brady?
What happened?
Forward pass.
No tuck rule. You guys been recording me the whole time? Stop fighting for more yards. Lay down.
Oh, gosh.
So they didn't get a first down?
No.
Well, it's third down now at the 2-minute warning. How is it only... Explain this to me. They got the ball back with 2:05. How did they run 3 plays and only 10 seconds went off? You can't feel sorry for someone that's won 5 championships. Oh my... No. Oh, thank God. Oh my God. Yes, we won the fucking Super Bowl. That's it. He went right through his hands. Look, 1,100 yards on offense. That is just insane for a football. That's like 3 football games in one.
41 to 33.
Get it! Oh, get it! No! Oh my goodness. That's the end of the game. He almost pulled it off.
Praise the Lord, he's saying.
Oh my God. What's up, man?
What up, big bro?
I'm chilling, man. Congrats on a good season.
Hey, yo, you showed a lot of love. Speaking of which, you remember that season recap rap you did a couple years ago?
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, I'm in the league now, so it's different. I think you should drop another one.
You know, it's funny you say that, because I'm about to head to the studio right now.
The rap recap is back. The rap recap is back. I'm your favorite mumble rapper's favorite rapper. For the record, I am a rapper. I'm not a ball player. Let's get it. This the NFL, baby, where my real fans at? 2017 season went by so fast. Couple years ago, I hit you with the recap track. Y'all been waiting, so I had to bring the recap back. Fly this, fly that, Eagles never sidetrack. Fly to Minnesota, win the Super Bowl, and fly back. Went from underdogs to the realest around. Sorry, Eli, there's a new Brady killer in town. So, way before the splash of the Gatorade jug, a lot of teams got hit with the injury bug. Watt, Watson, Wentz, yeah, we lost a few. Shazier, Sherman, and David Johnson too. In my wide out settlement and OBJ. It ain't a party without y'all, like no DJ. So heal up, rehab, and snap back quick. Meanwhile, the celebrations being hashtag lit. Choreography clean, we never been so loose. We got dance routines and duck goose. Toe, drag, swag, man, I showed you style. Color rush shootings fresher than a produce sale. Couple teams make that jump from bottom to top. You sipping on haterade if you not thinking they hot. Jaguars legit, not just acting trill. Why you think they changed their name to Saxonville?
Marcus Mariota just threw and caught a touchdown pass.
It's a dance party in Oakland. Look at Lynch. Marshawn won't stop. Hammer time.
Case on a deep drop. Caught by Diggs. Oh my God! It's a Minneapolis Miracle! Oh my goodness! Did he catch that? Did he catch that? That's the touchdown catch of the year.
McVay in LA been living it up. See, the goal when you golf is to get to the cup. He won Coach of the Year. You'll agree he worthy with the best back in football, TG30. Gurley out here feasting. He'll eat your lunch. And Ingram and Kamara, best 1-2 punch. Keenum making the case like the position is his. Bikes losing Bradford, water under the bridge. Get it? I know Cleveland's a little heated, cause if you flip the record around, they're undefeated. Better believe it, Jay's my boy, but can I say when Cutler got the South Beach, he was MIA. Big Ben talking like retirement's looming. AB killing corners, business is booming. Lead Bell footwork, he cuckoo with the cleats. Smith Schuster get busy, and Juju on the beat. It went down to Minnesota, you already know. JT got busy in the halftime show. Tom Brady at 40, he won the MVP. Dynasty versus the Dogs, no empty seats. And y'all thought Nick was a no-name bro? He dropped bombs. Kevin Hart in the post-game show. Struck gold with foes. And you know stars, 24-karat magic like Bruno Mars. I could try to explain, but hell why lie? Game of the year, SBLII. Fly Eagles fly. Champs did they thing. Dilly dilly in Philly, congrats on your first ring. I'm gone. Yeah, I'm gone.
I've been an Eagle fan since I was 5 years old. I've been a season ticket holder for over 30 years. And all I wanted to do is have one championship, just one, before I left this earth. And it's a dream come true. It's a class organization. They came over, they shared the most beautiful moment with us and brought the city together. And it's a true blessing.